A Gold Canyon family is taking legal action against Abrazo Health for the wrongful death of their son. A lawsuit recently filed claiming that the hospital discharged him when they were told not to do so.
12 News journalist Jade Cunningham spoke with the son's parents. They are demanding accountability.
When I try to go to sleep, I just think about him being alone on the street.
It's been 6 months.
I will never be the same person I was before losing him.
But for Seth and Gail LaChica, the death of their son Kaylin's still painful.
And it was one of the hardest things I had to do, was to tell the mother of my child that I just said, it's not good.
A death they say that could have been avoided.
There was no care. There was no consideration for his safety, for his life. I believe that overall, Abrazo is at fault.
Kaylin had suffered years of anorexia, but within the past 2 years started to thrive, gaining weight and strength.
The last year was just the best year he's ever had.
Until August, when for reasons unknown he became sick.
When he went into the hospital on the 6th, he was weak, needed some help walking, but he was cognizant. By the 8th, 2 days later at Abrazo, his ability to use his phone to text and to even communicate well was gone.
Seeing the 27-year-old's mental and physical health decline, his father, Seth, says he told hospital staff his concerns about his son trying to be discharged.
The social worker, I expressed how concerned I was with Kaylin's mental state. I expressed that he was not himself. And I told him, make sure I've got medical power of attorney, which I provided them medical power of attorney. And then I told him specifically, I said, he will die. He will die if you guys discharge him from this hospital.
3 days later,
6 hours after I talked to him and he was delusional,
the LaChicas say staff let Kaylin go.
They called an Uber, paid for an Uber to a location he had never been to, that he had never heard of before, and they sent him to downtown Phoenix on one of the hottest days of the year.
Come on, you got this, come on.
Police finding him on the sidewalk, barely alive. Kaylin's father, frantically searching for his son, drove up as authorities were giving CPR.
I told them not to release him.
They were trying. They were fighting for his life.
Kaylin died not long after. For his parents, it's a feeling they can't describe.
I couldn't give him a hug or tell him I love him one last time.
His family, now speaking through pain.
And justice for Kaylin means that the people that were responsible for this are held accountable for what they did.
Hoping their son's story leads to answers and, more importantly, change. Jade Cunningham, 12 News.
All right, just heartbreaking. Jade, thank you.